Hello, madam. How can I help you today? That is not a problem.
Glad you've joined us, ma'am. Your bets, please. Okay, bets are closed. Let's begin.
I see you there.
10. A 10?
So they got a 10.
Another card?
And I got 10. So I'm gonna double down.
That's 21.
21. They got 20, but I still won. They didn't see that coming. That dude's still in the alley, too. I thought he was gone.
Time to send in your bets.
Alright, now we can play 50,000. That's the highest you can play in this game.
Closed. It's time to play.
Unless you double down, of course. But that's the highest you can initially put down.
14.
So they gave me 14.
10.
And they have a 10, which is scary. So, win or lose, I'm just going to put the whole thing down. Give me a 7.
Too high.
Oh, they gave me a 10. And then they had 18. They were going to win either way, but if I didn't double down, I guess I could have kept playing. But look, you can see I got $1 million over there, so I'm balling in video game money that I never pay real money for. I play this game like my life depends on it. But in real life, I can't make money like I can on here. It's not like I can do the same things either, so... I mean, if this is how people live real life, that's a scary life to live. And there's probably people living something like this in real life. Just to make an unhonest dollar that they call an honest dollar. It's honest until they get arrested. I'm just trying to make an honest dollar, bro. But you know it's illegal. But I'm just trying to make an honest dollar, bro. Because to them, the illegal dollar is the honest dollar. Especially in America when you ain't got nothing. Like, I do it the honest way, and all you get is government cheese that way, is what I'm learning. Well, I made $50,000, so I lost $50,000, and I got it right back. He said, what you gonna buy with your million doll hairs? I'll buy you a Barbie doll. How about that? I'll get you a hairy Barbie doll with my $1 million doll hairs. With video game doll hairs. Like, I bought a submarine on... Uh-oh, my internet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They told me about my video game quality. I'll bring a louder signal than the video game and my internet. Somehow. Because everything was good before, and then dude starts yelling outside in the alley out there. And then suddenly my internet just crashes. And it was just a strange timing, too. You know, like... Wingnuts are everywhere in this city. I see them almost everywhere. So when people are like, man, tell that guy to shut up. Yeah, I'll go out there and tell him to shut up and cause bigger problems than I need to. And, I really sometimes feel like there's never really anybody out there. Because there's times I put on my shoes and got out there within less than 5 minutes and that person is gone. I'm not saying it was the same person, but there's been a lot of times where there's somebody yelling in the alley and it was for a long time. And, I mean, I know it took me no time to get out there. And maybe within the coincidental 5 minutes that it took me to get out there, somebody else came out there and ran that person away. But there was absolutely nothing going on, and I stayed out there for 30 minutes. So a lot of times my brain says maybe it's someone just using a speaker or a fake signal to make it seem like something's going on that isn't really going on. But then I said, no, that's just going to drive me crazy, thinking that there's something else. Yeah, that's what we call them here, is wingnuts. At times I call myself one too. Like, if you're going to yell out loud to let everybody hear your business out in public, you're a wingnut, you know, you're yelling, you're screaming, you're crazy. Like, who cares that everybody needs to hear you, you know? And he's probably not paying attention that there's windows all over the place here. You probably don't care. So in this city, we always call the crazy people wingnuts. It's better to call them that than crazy.
You got nowhere to go now.
And there's a lot of it here. So like when they yell and stuff, we just try to I try to avoid them all the time. But you can't avoid somebody when they're in the alley and you live right by where they're yelling. You can't avoid it. I could close my window, but I'll just be muffling and still hear him yelling because he's yelling at the top of his lungs.
Hipster asshole!
Take cover, I said. Fuck, we're dropping like flies, eh? Fuck, motherfucking yeah!
He's still yelling.
Where you gonna go?
Whoa!
You're so fucking dead.
They had 5 of them in here. Should be a password over here. No password. Why is he standing over here then? Now I gotta search for something in here. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. They got a code on the table. It's funny they leave it out in the open. Wouldn't be hard to find. 281197. Is that 97? Okay, 2811. 2811. I might as well go this way. 28. Oh, he's still out there yelling. I mean, it could be a woman. It sounds like a dude yelling. It could be a woman. You know, from the way I'm hearing it, it sounds like a dude. And he just won't stop yelling. Just won't. I don't know what he's yelling about because I can't hear it from that distance, but there is vocals being used. I don't know if there's swear words being used. Vocals, I mean by words, but I don't know what words because I'm not really trying to, like, zone into what he's saying, and I don't care. That's like if I was out there and yelling at somebody for messing with me or any of that crap in any kind of way. I mean, nobody would care, and believe me, I've been out there going through probably the same thing that person's going through right now. Nobody seems to care. People usually look out of the window and say, hey man, shut up. Usually it goes about that far. And then if you yell at the person in the window, they seem to be the bad guy too, because they'll come out and try and whoop you even though you're about to get whooped by somebody else and you're the innocent one. Or maybe you're not innocent because you're just on this planet or something, right? I don't know. I don't know why people are getting punished and they don't know what's going on. And some people genuinely don't know what's going on. Some do. They like to play the innocent game when they're really not, and they try and come up to me and say, hey man, I didn't do anything. I'm like, oh, well, seems like you did. Then they get mad at me, and I'm like, see, your attitude, like, if it seems like it to me, that means I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. I can't just right away believe the first person telling me something, even if you're my friend. Even if you're my friend, and there's a reason for that. I still trust my friend, but if you have to lie to me because you're trying to outdo some bad person, I'm gonna believe you, but I'm still gonna want to look into things because, I mean, you still lied. We all have to lie, you know, we do, but you still gotta look into it because your friend could technically be against you on that particular day. It's happened to so many people. Some people lie to cover their ass in advance, that way that bad person can't win, but you gotta pay attention. Sometimes a good person, their lies, but they're like, oh, I could lie about this bad person. I could lie about a good person too. So, you just, you know, you gotta be careful. Everyone's allowed to lie, in my honest opinion. It's just, don't lie to your friends. I mean, if you're trying to get away from a bad person and you had to lie, okay. But then, like, tell your friend you had to do that. Well, but my friend don't need to know that. But then it's just like, okay, then you like to lie to your friends and conceal it. Like, you should just tell them, I had to lie to you so that way you would believe me about the bad person. Because honestly, you would probably have believed them if they told the truth, but it would have complicated things. And sometimes telling a lie about bad people in general makes the spark happen quicker so you can get out of there. But usually if we have to tell the truth about what someone bad is about to do to you, your friend's like, oh, it's probably not going to hurt them. Let me see something happen first. Where instead, the best thing to say is that motherfucker already hit me. You know, anyway, even with the truth. You know, but then you got to just, you know, being the person that lied, they should tell the truth later on. If they don't, then you just, like, believed a friend, and that's not really a real friend because they had to lie to you even though they're your friend. So I'd be like, dude, sometimes you gotta beef up lies. That way, you know, the enemy that's sitting here, sometimes you just need to, especially if you're friends with them and the enemy is really your enemy and you know they're your enemy. Sometimes it's a necessary lie. I think that's the word. Necessary lie. Now my car got stuck in here for explaining what a necessary lie can be, but we're gonna get it out of there hopefully. I'm gonna try and shoot it out. They have this gun they equipped with us here. And you just like shoot the car. There we go. And then hopefully I'll flip it over. There we go. And then now I got my car back. So open your parachute closest to the ground when free falling. Okay. I'm not free falling anywhere. I could. Well, that wingnut's gone. I don't hear him yelling outside anymore, at least. He could be out there doing drugs right now, or could be gone. And the alley is known for a lot of weird things to happen back there. I don't really like going out in my alley. Recently, it's been a dead alley. Nobody back there. Probably one or two people that commonly sleep back there, but that'll probably be gone soon. This whole city's just strange. It's really strange. That's probably common here. Common to have the crazies everywhere, which is worse now than ever. Ah. Woo. Alright. Let's see, what are we doing? What are we doing? Alright. Whoa. Look at that wing nuts, yeah, wing nuts. That's crazy people. Crazy, crazy. Alright, here we go. Now where am I going? I don't even know. Oh, guys, yelling again. I thought he was gone. Okay, so we're gonna go. See, this is the map on here. Like, most people, they look at this thing and they're like, what is that, bro? Well, like, it's a map. It's a map of Grand Theft Auto. And, where the lines are, this is like the roads and stuff. You can zoom in on the road. You said, it's starting to get dark here already. I feel like my day just started. Yeah, and the weird thing is, it's only 2:52 here. And I know my day just started because I woke up at 12:30. Oh, it was like 12:22. I actually remember the time. But I remember looking at my phone. So I probably got up a minute or two before that. But 12:22 is when I looked at my phone after the, you know, second time waking up today. And then I was like, hey, you know, now I'm awake. Now we can play video games and do pretty much the same thing I do every day. I mean, yeah, there's times I go outside and ride a bike around, but if I just ride a bike around randomly, I really have no direction of where to go. I mean, sometimes I'll find a $20 bill in the ground here and there, but I don't really have a direction of where I'm going. I just ride around. I hope the cars don't hit me, but I don't think about that while I'm riding my bike. You know, like most people say to me, aren't you worried someone might hit me? That sounded like a firecracker. That was extremely loud. Wow, that was loud. Yeah, I'm fine, but that was extremely loud firecracker. I'm not looking out of my window or anything. That's, you know, I don't want someone to be like, oh, I can get somebody's attention. But that was loud, man. Okay. Dude, there's been firecrackers or fireworks. Yesterday was going off all afternoon. It's because the yeah, that was outside. That explosion noise you heard was outside. Where outside, I don't know. Probably right in the alley. It was extremely loud. So somebody either in my building has firecrackers from yesterday, and they were trying to scare dude, or maybe dude had a firecracker. I have no idea. And I don't think that was a gun either. That sounded like a firecracker. In my head, I don't think, oh, it's a gun, get scared. No, the first thing I always think when I hear any popping is either somebody stepping on a milk carton or it's fireworks. I understand there's guns and all of that crap, but if you think about guns all the time, you'll just be paranoid. And I've learned in my life, like self-taught myself, like just not to think it's that. Like if I hear a popping sound, it may startle me. Yeah, of course it's going to startle me because I'm wondering if it was directed at me or not. But I think firework, firecracker, you know, those fun stuff, just so my brain is not, oh my goodness, somebody's trying to hurt me or something, you know? I mean, that way there's no panic or anything, because panic is the first thing they say supposedly is what kills you, especially if you do get shot by something. It's the panic that kills you. If you don't even notice that you got shot by something, you have like a 90% chance of living because you didn't even know. Yes, you have a higher percentage of living because psychology, I mean, how would you know? If you didn't know you got shot, how would you know you're dead? Unless that soul is like seeping out of you, but I mean, how would you really know, in my opinion? You know what I mean? He said, thought you shot a gun. No, it was not in the game. That was literally out in the alley, and that was just loud. Here, I'll show you a gunshot in the game. There's lots of different guns on here, and you won't even hear one that isn't even as close as what I heard outside just before. Hear that? That's kind of what it sounded like outside, but it was louder outside. Here's another one. See, neither one of that one didn't sound like it. This one sounded like the one outside. But that was literally outside. And this one you could see, that doesn't sound anything like it either. That one, I mean, you heard it from my microphone. It was extremely loud because it was in the alley. I'm just not looking out of my window because if like they did that to see who would pay attention to it, I don't want to be that dummy that moves my curtain and the first thing they're looking at is me. I can see in my alley, but there's trees blocking some of my view, and I know as much as I've been in the alley, if I open my curtain, everybody from the alley can see in my window, or they can see me looking out. Me looking out, though, I can't see them. I've always tried finding a better way how I can see in my alley just to look out there, and yeah, I could put a camera out there. I don't care to do that. I don't care to look at them. I don't want someone one day being out there peeing and I'm looking directly at somebody taking a piss in the alley. I don't care. I'm not here for that. But when I look out of my curtain, though, I just, you know, I don't really look out of there long or anything. I'm not paranoid. I just don't want to take that chance. I look out there and then, you know, there's that one with the gun or something. So here, guns going off in my backyard across the creek. It booms, it vibrates my house, or the outside bang was louder than the game. Yeah, it was outside in my alley, but I believe it was a firecracker. I really do. I'm not even like trying to take away paranoia. I don't think it was a gun. I really do believe it was a firecracker only because there's the Chinese New Year, and yeah, I know it's usually multiple ones, and it was a random thing that had just happened, but they were just setting off fireworks. The Chinese were yesterday and this morning. Like, I heard it almost all night while I was sleeping last night. So, that one that got shot off was probably just someone telling that dude to shut the brain. My brain doesn't think that negative, even if that's really going on. My brain just does not see that. I have a different kind of brain than most people. They're like, dude, you live by Oakland, man. Aren't you scared someone might shoot you? I don't think about any of that. If it happens, you know, what am I supposed to do? But I'm not going to live life like, oh my goodness, someone's going to shoot me. Like, I've been to Oakland, and I got stranded out there at nighttime, and I was like, man, I guess the only safe thing I can do is move around. Don't sit as a stool pigeon. But I sat as a stool pigeon until the first person asked me for something, and when I said, I don't smoke cigarettes, the dude's like, what the fuck you doing here? And tried kicking me, and I was like, oh, see, yeah, I guess I have to move around. And when I moved around, nobody messed with me. I just kept moving. And I didn't really bring out anything that was shiny or any phones or anything. I didn't mess around with anything. People are like, you're really good at doing that. No, I just knew I was in an unsafe area. Because Oakland can be unsafe. But other people, they don't see it that way. They see everything as, oh, you know, you look at it as you're going to get hurt. No, I looked at it as I knew anything was possible, and if it looked like I had nothing, why would someone mess with me? He ain't got nothing. I mean, I even took my glasses off so I couldn't see or really look at something that could have potentially been somewhere or doing something it shouldn't been doing. Like, when I don't see anything, normally I don't get messed with. But when I have my glasses on, which I wear almost all the time, that's when people mess with me. Like, when I used to play my accordion without my glasses out in public, people would give me money, but at the same time, there'd be people stealing money from me too. Like, I found out there'd be times that I could still see, even without my glasses, but I guess people thought I was blind or something. That's what it seems like. And anytime someone would put money in my case, I would know what bills are in there, but there'd be times that someone would put like $1 in there and take a $20 bill that's sitting in there. Only because, you know, I leave the money sitting there. It's to show, hey, people are donating. That's one thing you do when you're busking. You don't just, you know, you don't just leave $1 in there and then play for 4 hours and then no one ever puts anything in there because they're like, oh, he only made $1. He must not be any good. Or he must be taking all of his money out. So usually people don't give anything, but if you leave a couple of singles in there, or maybe a 5, yeah, you're risking someone stealing your shit, but you're also going to get like a $20 bill, a higher chance, because more people are like, oh, there's more money in there. They're not thinking someone's going to steal it from you. They're thinking, oh, he's got money in there, I should give him more. That's how I've always seen it. I've always seen it that way. Whenever I put a crap load of singles in there, it's people throwing bigger bills in there. There's always that one jackass that likes to throw $1 in there, and at the same time they throw that $1, they take the 20. And I, you know, I usually have a lot of singles in there, like dollar bills, so I don't care. But the few times I've ever said something, it's caused a bigger problem than just letting them walk away with it. It's not like I want someone just to walk away with my money, but when I said something, they took more. And there's even people that said that if you didn't say shit, I wouldn't take all your shit, and then, you know, caused a fight because I'm carrying an accordion. People are like, why don't you fight them back? I'm carrying an accordion, and then you have other jackasses that may have been too scared to steal from you, but now you're fighting. So now you're not paying attention to your shit, and that steal, or, you know, flight or fight mode turns on to all these other people in this city. I'm not kidding, and there's been times I've stood up for my money being taken, only for more people to steal shit around me while I was defending my money. Like, I had weed stolen from me before. I've had my accordion stolen because I set it down to chase the motherfucker that had my money and realized later on, like, I got my squeeze box back because the person said he was just messing around to teach me something. And what he was teaching me is, what's more important, that piece of paper, which it is important, but it's not more important than the instrument, which was my accordion, to make the money. But I said to him, I was like, but at that time, I needed the money so I could get fucking food. He's like, but you can get food anywhere else. Can you get an accordion anywhere else? And I was like, well, yeah, well, I don't, not as easy as food. So I heard his point. When it came to the scale of what was easier to get, I was like, but I'm not going to guard my accordion like that. If someone wants to be a jackass and pick up and walk away with it, you know, that's the loss of the community that's stealing it from me, because it's usually somebody in the community stealing it. So I never really cared, and I could always get another accordion. It's not like I had throwaway disposable money. No, I just always made sure when I played it, being on the street as long as I was, to put away enough money to be able to buy another one, because most accordions that I was getting online was like $200 to $300. That was the most I would pay. So it may have had one reed or two reeds that didn't work, which means that's the piano keys. But the two piano keys that may not have worked, I just learned creatively how to play the song without those notes. And I didn't sing to play any music. I play songs that are commonly known by everybody else. So like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or Take Me Out to the Ball Game. But I don't sing any of that. That's normally what the people that donate would do. They do the singing or whatever. You know, and it just got worse where people just kept stealing from me, or they wouldn't put any money in there at all, or they just record me but not say anything to me like there's a human being standing there. Like I wasn't there, I'm just like a machine. That's how I was always treated, like over and over again. Then when you have people begging you to come out and play, just like on TikTok, you're like, dude, why didn't you go on TikTok? That's when you start realizing that you have evil zombies that are just trying to manipulate your life for their entertainment, but they don't care shit about you. And if you want to keep devaluing yourself, well then keep on doing a show on TikTok where people are going to give you 10 cents and tell you that's their hard-earned money, and that if you're not grateful for that, you need to fuck off. So I'm like, cool, then why are you jackasses begging me to get on here? Makes no fucking sense. It does to them, though, it just doesn't to me. But I know why they're begging me to get on there, because there's a lot of heartless, cruel pieces of fucking shit in this world. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them. That's why I don't care. And the youth that watch me, even my moderator, he's the youth. They don't beg me to get on there. They're sad that I'm not there, but they know why and what's going on. They know I can still do my show, but they know I'm not going to just sit there for zero. They wouldn't do it either. They would just go out there and do a different hobby, you know, go out there and ride a bicycle, even if that bicycle ride makes nothing but just a bicycle ride for you to get fresh air. It's better than sitting in a costume, having people manipulate you and watch you, but never help you, but want you to share something with them, happiness, whatever it is, whatever ailment they're going through. They want you to share your time with them, but they could care less if you were gone tomorrow. They don't care. So that's when I'm like, oh, you know, you don't really care. And they're like, well, I need money too for my kids, my house, my car, all this other stuff. Who cares about you? I'm going to watch you anyway, even though you're struggling. Like, that's what turns them into miserable people, and they don't even realize it. And then when I say, hey, y'all are miserable people, otherwise you'd be helping me out, yeah, they don't help. There's a few that do, but they don't really want to watch my show, because when they give me gifts, they're not gifting me so I stay on TikTok for miserable people to keep watching me. They gift me in hopes that more people gift me, but it doesn't really work that way. So I'm just like, if you guys want to gift me, I have a PayPal, but they're like, no, we'll gift you if you get on TikTok. I'm like, yeah, it's not, you know, if I have to do the fake way where I got to turn on my computer and make it, you know, make them think I'm on there, it fools almost every one of you when I do it. It really does, unless I text people and say, hey, I'm not online, it's the computer doing it. It fools almost everybody. And I'm not mad that it's fooling anybody, but that's why I don't really like doing the computer way of TikTok, because I can literally fool you to make you think I'm really there. All I gotta do is put on costumes right now, record myself, make it look really, you know, authentic, and speak and everything else like I did on TikTok, because I was talking like I am right now, because if I'm on a stream talking to a bunch of people, and then play it. The only reason I know these things is because how many times I've been on TikTok, and then when I started using the computer and seeing some of my regulars gift me, I was like, you know I'm not on TikTok, right? And they're like, I just seen you on there, though. I was even talking to you, and you said hi to me. I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't say hi to you. If I said your name at that moment and given in time on TikTok with my computer being used, that was a coincidence. Well, there's no way that timing was the same, but they were like, yeah, man, I saw you get a gift from somebody, I gifted you, and you said thank you. I'm like, that's weird, because it's just weird. There's been a lot of other times, too, where I was using a pre-recorded stream, and people gifted me and said I thanked them. I was like, maybe you either heard me say thank you because I was watching the stream, or I don't know. I really don't. Maybe there's something else that said thank you, or there's an auto thank you, or AI did something that I didn't have anything that I did, at least. So it was just strange when people told me that. I was like, oh, that's why I don't really want to turn my stream on, because if somebody else is like using my stream parts, I'm pretty sure someone is in some other country. I'm pretty sure of it. Once they use TikTok, there's a thing in their disclaimer where they supposedly can use your name in other places, your videos and stuff, so they could just chop parts of it. They could use my voice for parts of it. They could throw it into an AI machine, and AI is pretty good at, you know, making one of us humans. It's not 100% though. You'll know there's a glitch in the AI. They're trying to patch all that up, but you'll know there's always a glitch in AI as opposed to a human. Oh, that human's using robotic technology, and there's always some kind of glitch inside of there. So... But I don't typically hear gunshots going off here in San Francisco. I hear fireworks. That's a main common thing in this city, and a lot of times of the year too, not just February. February is the Chinese New Year, but we also have July, New Year's, you know, the American New Year's, and then if there's like other holidays, like Christmas, sometimes they set them off. Thanksgiving, sometimes you'll hear them go off. Pretty much any holiday you can think of, you'll hear some fireworks in this city going off, even though it's illegal. But, you know, if it's a certain holiday, they're usually I guess we can call the people government, because they're allowed to set off fireworks, but if I were to, I can get in trouble for that. So, whatever these people are that are allowed to, but throw on the ground. But you can buy ones that splitter around and make noises and all of that stuff, and I believe you can get really big ones too, but I don't care to blow off my arm or any of that. I don't care to have it in my building and something accidental happens, you know, I'm smoking weed and then suddenly there goes the fireworks. Like, no. I don't care for any of that. Even though I think fireworks are cool, they're not that cool to me. Now it just told me to steal the power drills without giving me like, oh, there it is over there. Since it gave me no direction where it was, but it did. It's way on the other side of the map over there. Makes it weird. Yeah. But yeah, this city's known for that. And like I said, I've been to Oakland. Berkeley is in between here and Oakland. And the thing I don't really like about Berkeley is you never know if you can wear all red there. You never know if you can wear all blue there. It's between San Francisco and Oakland. Oakland, they're about the gang colors, the blue and red. Now, a lot of people that come from Oakland, they come to San Francisco, but they don't mess with people here, you know, unless you're like hardcore gang banging. I don't do any of that. But a lot of times people say to me, why are you wearing all red then? I'm like, because I can. You know, I'm not wearing it for any gang reason in any kind of way. I just wear all red because I like red. I mean, it's not my favorite color, but I like red. I don't always like when everyone's wearing red. I like wearing red myself. I like it when it's on me. It's not my favorite color. I just like wearing all red. I think it's funny to do it. And when I do, people are like, why are you wearing all red? Oh, is there like a law against me wearing all red? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't go to Oakland wearing all red, knowing that. I wouldn't go to, like, some states if someone's like, man, you don't want to wear all red in that, you know, in that particular city. But, oh, that doesn't mean I'm not going to wear all red. I just know I would listen to them. But I wear it in this city, and I'm not really worried about what possibly could happen. So just 4th of July works here. Yeah, we get a lot of fireworks going on here. Like I said, I could go and buy me some fireworks. Not the type that, you know, that you light. Well, there are a couple of fireworks you can get that light, but they try not to really sell those in the stores because I'm pretty sure that's how the Great Fire happened during the earthquake. There was probably like a fire, and then there was, you know, fireworks everywhere, because there was a fire in San Francisco a long time ago. So I have a huge feeling there's probably a huge factory full of fireworks somewhere underground somewhere. It's pretty scary shit, or at least they probably had it back then. But they always have lots of fireworks here, so who knows? Who really knows, right? You know, and it was in the 20s, 1920s, they had like an earthquake and fire, so for all we know, there was like everywhere had a crap load of fireworks. Fireworks are everywhere. And I don't know how I'm going to get rid of these people in this van here. I'm supposed to get rid of these people. I just don't know how I'm going to... I got these police on me too, so this isn't going to be easy to do. And these guys are driving so fast, I'm having an issue here. I got to somehow get on the side of this guy and ask him if he has any Grey Poupon and then take him out. And I can't stay on the side of him because he's not driving correctly. There we go. There we go, come on. Slow down. Okay, and there's his friend. I got it. Got it. Hurry, get out. As you can see, it says steal the power drills, which is inside of this van here. Then I have to lose the police, as it says, but I have to escape the police now, so I'm going to drive up here. Couldn't do any of this stuff in real life, I swear. If you could, it'd be fun, right? No. A lot of stress in this video game too. So I'm gonna like wait up here for a minute, but they're gonna get me, so I'm gonna keep moving. Oh, I can't stay up here. We're gonna go down here. Uh-oh. So now anybody has a chance of stopping me too. Now I'm gonna have to drive this all the way back up here on the map here. I have to go all the way up here. It's a long way to go. I have 6 miles, almost 7 miles I have to go. This is ridiculous. It was about 7 minutes because this van's slow. Oh, now it's going the wrong way. Now I'm not going the wrong way, though. That's so weird. Why are you saying going the wrong way for? Well, we're going to keep going the wrong way, then. I know which way I'm supposed to go without even the map. The map's telling me the wrong way for some reason. We're just going to jump off this ledge right here. Here we go. Alright. That's how you drive a van. Now, in real life, I don't know if that would have really happened. The van would have probably crunched and everything. And usually in this game, the van will eventually crunch. Like, you can look in the front of it, it's getting there. I just haven't smashed it up enough yet. But it's not about the van that we really need. The drills are just in here, though. I don't know why you can't take them out, but... Deliver the power drills. Now I ain't got no police chasing me anymore, and I still got about 6 miles to go. This is 5.70, but it's about 6 miles. So in about 6 minutes, I'll be there. There's some other cars where it'll say 6 miles, but some cars I usually drive on here it'll take me 3 minutes to get there when it says 6 miles because the car is very fast. This van's probably going no faster than 60 miles an hour right now, whereas most of the cars I drive go 120. So that just doubles the time, or eliminates half the time, however you want to look at it. So I'm pretty much, like, I'm waiting, you know, me, personally, I'm waiting for the, election, because all these bureaucrats and politicians that are supposed to be in there are supposed to, you know, they're the ones that manage our money and the economy. We can see how crashed the economy is right now, and it can easily be fixed. Everybody has said that over and over and over again, that the economy can easily be fixed. That means they have to give everybody money, but it can easily be fixed. It'll put the world in more of a debt and more of a deficit, but it can easily be fixed. If they keep on making us wait without money, it's just going to make things worse. It's not going to make it better. It makes it better to just get the money and be in debt. It really does. Really, but we don't want to be in debt because the people in charge are just going to make it worse for other people. But if you give nothing, that's hard to even fix that later on. It really is, because now people are like, oh, I went this many years without anything, and now they're telling me to be a slave for them. Like, I'd rather just do nothing. Who cares now? I can't have fun anymore, so... And that's not really how they want it, but it seems like that's what it's turning into. Or they're going to make us all be lazy. And then give us all money and expect us to buy. And people are like, nah, thanks for making us lazy. We don't want to buy anything anymore. Let us all live like hippies and stuff. When's the system going to understand, you know? Give free money away and jobs at the same time and the world would be a happier place. But instead, they give jobs, a bunch of money, and nobody's happy for some reason. Because all the jobs are gone and so is the money. Something didn't work there like it was supposed to. I think if they had given more money out during that time and jobs, that more people would be working, but they didn't even give any money. They did the same thing like they do on food stamps for those that are working. You know, you have a kid or whatever, and you got a job, and you're living in a crummy little place, and then you get food stamps because, you know, you need a little extra money so your kid can, you know, get some gummy bears or whatever. And you find out all you're getting is $10 extra a month in food stamps, and it's just you and your kid. If you didn't have your kid, you'd be getting $5 because your job pays just enough, like by $2, literally. By $2, it pays by $2, and you can't ask the job not to pay you those $2. It pays you just enough for you to get 10 free dollars. And people complain about it. I understand, I complain too. Because now you got food stamps, but you have to run to the place to get it for $10. If you really want that extra $10, and that extra 10 is a lot to you. It really is, because you needed that extra money. But all you got is that $10, though. So now they're going to be like, you got to run to the building. You may have to take off a day of work. You know, that's a little less pay, but you're still getting that $2 extra that stops you from getting more in food stamps. Most people, they just get off of food stamps when they really need that $10 extra, though, but it's 10 a month. What is 10 a month? Now, yeah, you could save it up, so it'd be cool to have it, but you had to do all those meetings for $10, and those meetings aren't even worth it for the 10. Your kid's worth it, but not the meetings. Not the meetings. Oh, but you need to do the meetings if your kid is that important to you. Yeah, but it's like you're holding my kid hostage for me to go to that meeting. If I want to give my kid $10 extra that I really need, I have to go to some meeting that now is making me work less, and I need the work money. It's more than $10, but if I get off the food stamps, I need that extra money, though. See, you're screwed either way. You needed the food stamps, but you make too much. Now you're on them, and you still don't make enough. And you're like, but I still need that $10, though. If you got the food stamps, then you're on a program where now you don't have that $10 extra, and you need the food stamps. So it can be really a big hassle, and I hear that from people. I really do. They're made, the system's made all fucked up, and you would think everybody knows about the system that's made fucked up, but because people don't really care about street people or homeless people, and then they need the same system that they don't give a fuck about, well, then the tables turn. That's really the way it is. You know, people, how are we going to feed all these homeless people? Where are we going to get all this money from? Well, we have the money. We totally have it. It's just rich people want to be rich, and they'd still be rich. They'd still be rich, giving, you know, extra to help out poor people. There's agendas. We know there's an agenda. At least I know there is. I've known this my entire life, that they make certain ones of us poor on purpose. I'm an American, and I've been poor almost my entire life, and I don't really care. I've survived, so that's why I don't care. When people say, oh, this is a third world country, it house you live in, right? You have all the access to things that I don't, right? You can drive around the city, or maybe you can't drive your car, but you can. You have like you have at least 4 or 5 different rooms you can walk into. I just have a bedroom. Any other room I walk into, other people can walk in at the same time as me and cause a problem. Whereas a house, it's your house. No one's going to cause a problem with you in your house. Some people don't seem to get what I'm saying, so I'm like, if you just don't have gas money and you're saying the world's messed up because of that, nah, I don't want to hear that. It's a true thing, but I don't want to hear that, because it, you know, take away the car and the gasoline, what are you really complaining about? What about those that don't have the house to live in? You know, oh well, they should work. And what if they can't? What about the disabled people? Disabled people are just supposed to be in these housing authority thing, and I'm not standing up for any of these people because they don't seem to stand up for anybody either. I've seen it notoriously that they only stand up for their own kind, and it's because they think no one else that's not disabled isn't standing up for them. They just stand up for their own kind. And to me, that's wrong. You should stand up for everybody, because everybody needs the same kind of help. Maybe not as a disabled person, but when someone thinks that they should get more rights than somebody else, that's where the equality goes away. That's where the equality goes away. Well, I'm disabled, so I should get paid more than this guy that just doesn't want to work. That's where the equality goes away. I'm like, wait, now you're saying because I don't work that I shouldn't eat, but because you're disabled and you don't work, but you could work, because we have at-home jobs where they've always had that and people at home could work, but we see most of them sit on TikTok all day and expect people to give them money. But then when I'm on, they're actually doing things like playing an accordion and teaching people how to stack cards. No, I get told right away by the agencies on TikTok and people on TikTok that aren't even the agencies that playing the accordion and stacking cards isn't the type of stuff they want to see on there. So the only thing that tells me is they just want people to sweat, and I mean, because that's what's going on, or they want to see miserable people on there complaining about that they don't have any money at all. Yes, and you see they don't get many viewers at all, and the ones that do get viewers, look at all the things they have to do to get all of that. But you can read into the directions of TikTok. Those usually aren't people. That's AI. And if you figure out how to generate AI on TikTok, you would never even have to be on there. And I'm sure 90% of TikTok isn't real people. Because I know in the comments I say hi to the people on there, but if you have AI running everything, including the comments, they can just generate a response to you. It's very easy to do it. I mean, don't ask me how to do it, even though I'm calling it very easy to do. I'm saying once you figure out AI, it's easy. Because on my phone I can download AI stuff, but I kind of choose not to. It's not a real AI on our phone either, because they limit a lot of the questions that I ask them. They say, I don't have an answer to that, and AI has an answer for everything. Real AI has an answer for every question we're ever going to ask. And when it tells me it doesn't know the answer to something, like, wait, how am I a human with something knowing or trying to ask something that an AI doesn't have the answer to? AI is supposed to know way more than a human. So it makes me think, like, am I the AI, and this AI I'm asking, is it really a human? You know? Because I ask things about Jesus, and it doesn't, like, want to answer anything about it. Not the questions I'm asking. So, when you find out that robots and AI don't want to answer your questions, you know that it's not a real AI. It's being programmed by a person to not answer questions that they just don't want you to know the answer to. Some people say, well, what are the questions that you ask AI? None of your goddamn business. It's between me and the AI. Because there's questions I've asked people, and I ask AI the same thing, and neither one of them want to answer me. They just either say, I don't know, or it's not a real thing, or I'm like, I'm not saying nonsense. So when an AI doesn't want to answer me, I'm like, who programmed you not to tell me something? And I can look around on the internet and get answers that AI doesn't want to tell me. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the point. I can ask other humans. I can ask some humans that will give me the real answer. And then I'll ask AI and ask other people. Why wouldn't AI answer my question and get those real people to give me an answer? Oh, because it's programmed not to answer you. And I kind of figure that, but I don't like assuming why robots don't like answering me. I don't like to assume it. So you can all assume the robots don't answer us because it's programmed, but when you can get another human to tell you the same thing, it just verifies it. Well, I'll just ask one. I usually ask one or two. If one already verifies it, I don't really need a second opinion, but I usually will get a second and a third opinion. You should ask AI how to get disability benefits, then I wouldn't. Well, I mean, you can ask AI that, but it may not. It may help you. I mean, you can download AI on your phone. They have Chat GTP, and most of them will charge you a monthly fee. But imagine this. I don't ever pay for it. They let you use the free version, but the free version isn't probably telling you everything. But you gotta read the reviews before you just download and pay for an application, because one or more of those applications you pay for could be fake. So you just have to source it out before you just get any AI app and pay for it. None of them are free. Like, you can use them free, but none are free. But the glitch to getting to me the glitch to getting the free AI is they give you 3 days, so 3 days free subscription, and just during that 3-day subscription is all you got to do to figure out. You know, you have 3 days for free subscription, then you cancel the subscription.
Let me know.
And you can just sign in with another email address, do the same thing again. Sign in with a whole different email address. You get this, you know, and then you get the subscription for 3 days, and it may be a lot of work, but if you're trying to do it for free, nothing's for free. Remember that. So sometimes you got to do the work to get it for free. But that's what I do sometimes. So I don't know what happened to my car I'm looking for right now. It won't give me it. But yeah, sometimes that's what I have to do. I just have to get it free and then be like, okay, tell me this, that, and the other thing. And but it's a lot of thinking. Like, as a human being, when I ask ChatGPT certain things when I used to use it, it's just too much thinking in my head. Brains don't compute like computers do. You can just put it in there and it doesn't have to think like we do. I don't think it does, at least. I mean, if it has to think like we do, it'll crash. My brain crashes a lot. I'm like, I don't really want to think about any of that today. Yeah, but some of them are free. Some of them are fully paid for. And some of them will say $60 for a year. $60 for a year sounds like a deal. In my honest opinion, it's 365 days that you'll have something that you're probably only use for a month. But you're paying $60. And if you look at what the monthly payments are, they're usually like $10 to $20, and it's because they're really helping you out. But when they're charging you monthly like that, no, look for a year. Because then you're only paying $60 for a year instead of, you know what I mean, $10 a month they're chasing after your money. Just for you to make life better. But yeah, they will help you out. AI will help you if you know, if you get the right one. I don't necessarily know what the right one is. I mean, to me, Google is already AI. To me, that it is, but it's not. According to other people, AI is AI. I'm like, yeah, but in Google, they actually tell me more than AI does. This is really weird. So I'm supposed to take out... I'm not going to be able to take out... Yeah, but I only got one out of how many more? I'm not going to be able to get all of these. I have to now go over here. It's going to take forever. I don't even think there's anything closer than that either. Oh, man. That one might be closer. I doubt it. So, I'm supposed to get... Within that 5 minutes they're giving me, I don't even have enough time, but within that time, I'm supposed to get 8 more of these out of here. And they give you, like, little time. And it's like it's on purpose. It's like you can't really plan anything out, and then he tells you to hurry up, but you can't go any quicker than your car goes. I don't have, like, a time-traveling machine other than the car itself, but, I mean, because the car is a time-traveling machine, you go faster than time. You can get very far in 180 seconds in a car as opposed to on foot. That's why it's a time-traveling machine. So when people say time-traveling doesn't exist, to the way that we portray it, it doesn't, but if you think of a car is a time-traveling machine, so is an airplane. But the way we think of time travel, yeah, these aren't time-traveling machines. But they are. And AI will help you, though. It will help you. You just have to say, hey, I need help with disability, blah, 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 it will tell you whatever it can tell you. It'll tell you more than I can, at least. That's why I always tell people I'm not a robot, and some people take that in the wrong way. Not you, necessarily, but some people take it in the wrong way when I say I'm not a robot. Like, I know I could just say, hey, I don't know the answer to that, but some questions people ask me, I'm like, yeah, I'm not a robot. I don't know the answer to that. I wish I did know, but there's a lot of things I don't know. And when I say, hey, I have an answer for you so you can figure it out, and I say you can talk to the robots, most people, but I don't want to ask the robot, I'm asking you. I'm like, thanks for embarrassing me when I have to tell you again, I don't know the fucking answer. The robots do. I don't always source the robots for my answers either, but who else can I really ask? You know what I mean? And even if I ask people, usually they don't give me the answer. If you're like, well, what's the answer you're looking for? I don't really know. But the robots seem to know. I'm not saying I trust all the robots either, but you can kind of get the gist of what you're trying to figure out through a robot, in my opinion. So, let's see. I have a lot more I gotta get, and not even enough time. Maybe this one over here. I mean, I've even typed in Google. You can type in free AI. And I guess Google has a AI assistant, but that AI assistant may not tell you everything. I don't really know. It might help you out. It doesn't help people like me. It may help you. AI might be very, very good for you, but for me, the questions I ask it don't help me. You're asking about disabilities, so it may help you. But if you ask AI how to get free money, I've asked AI that. They won't tell you that. That's what I'm saying. That's how I know it's programmed. Because they won't tell you how to get free money. If you ask it what video games give you free money, they do the same thing Google does. They just tell you, you know, the free sourcing places where you do not get free money. You may get 5 cents on a video game, you might get 10 cents, but you're not really getting, yeah, it's free money, whatever, shut up, but you're not getting free money. You're getting 5 cents, 10 cents while they're taking time of your life away. If 1 minute of your life is worth 5 cents, it's actually like 10 minutes of your life for 5 cents. Play 10 minutes of our video game for 5 cents. Do you get there playing you for 5 cents? Like, this guy played our video game and we gave him 5 cents. But we just made thousands of dollars through his happiness and sweat and time and his life. Just saying. Like, no wonder why they can't fool you to play video games. No, I used to be that fool. I used to play video games for money all the time, and that's why I know they're just ripping you off. Oh, well, I don't know if there's any more. I don't got enough time. I might be able to get this last one here, but I don't think I got enough time. $27, $26, $25, $24, $23, $22, $23, $19, $18. If I can get this last one here, I'll be happy. Yep, I probably will get this last one here, I hope. Oh, man. This is going to be hitting it. Hitting it very close. No, I'm not going to get it. It's too far away. I didn't get it. So, I destroyed 4 out of 10. That's not good, but... oh well. When the time comes, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. It'll be alright.
Well, you got some, but I don't think it's enough. These guys are still gonna be a fighting force when you hit the casino, I'm afraid.
Yep, he said there's still gonna be a fighting force when we hit the casino. I mean, it would be really easy if we destroyed all of them, but I don't really care. I really don't. I still manage to beat the heist anyway, every time, so...
Hey.
They can make it as complicated as they want. You usually get paid more, too. The harder it is, the more you get paid. Oh. Uh-oh. He's shooting missiles at me now. He died, too. Somebody killed him. There he is. Damn! Landed right on him. I don't think he died, though. Oh, he left. As I'm killing him, he left the game. I like when people do that out here. They always run away. I do that sometimes too, though. As soon as I kill somebody and they get mad and keep killing me, I just leave the game. So I kind of understand why he did that. I don't want them killing me over and over and over again. Because that happens to me too. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I might be quiet otherwise because I don't know what else to think of right now. But if you have a question, it'll get me to talk. And pour me some Kool-Aid. Some good Kool-Aid. Sounds like there's a parade outside, but I usually never make it to the parades. I don't go to the parades for a huge reason, but I never make them. I never want to make it to any of their parades here. I don't. Do you know what city I live in? They walk around here naked. Sweet, we have the same car. You're like, you secretly watch those parades. Get your ass out of here. I secretly watch those parades. You're funny. You're making me cry. You secretly watch those parades. Get out of here. You secretly. It's gonna bother me now. They're not in my alley. They're probably on Market Street. It sounds like it's in my alley, but it sounds like there's some kind of protest going right down the street from my place. Probably is. But there's usually protests at the bank. Right at the bank, which is no more than 2 blocks away. There's several banks right by me. There's even a bank that's half a block from me. But there's usually protests at the bank because, you know, corruption. So people out there like, oh, you guys ripped us off, blah blah blah, and there'd be like big amounts of people out there, and then there's the Free Palestine. People are out there for protesting on that. People ask me, why don't you go to the protest? I'm like, because I'm ignorant, I don't understand anything, and people hand me a pamphlet that doesn't really tell me anything. It really doesn't. So, you know, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and people are only telling me one side of the agenda. They're not telling me why the other side's attacking them. They're just telling me one side of the politics. And that does not work for me. People have to tell me both sides. They're not saying, hey, we're doing this wrong thing to be having this effect happening to us. You know, this is why our country's being ripped off. Like, yeah, well, explain that. But instead, they're just saying, hey, these people are taking our country, and not really explaining anything to me. Nothing. I don't know if someone paid money or had a loan or any of that. And if you say, well, it's the Holy Land, even if we took a loan for it, doesn't make it right for them to take over the land. Yes, it does. You took a loan, right? No, I can see if it was an illegal loan or something like that going on, but if it wasn't an illegal loan, you know, over in Palestine and all that crap, and it was legal, then yeah, I could see why their land's being ripped away from them. Whether it's the Holy Land or not. But if things are done illegally, then duh. But I don't know the whole concept of all of that, and they're not answering me, so I'm just like, I don't want to be involved in any of those politics because they won't answer my question. You can't have me side with you and be the fool. I am a fool, but you can't have me side with you. I'm not that type of fool. I'm usually like, hey, I need to know both sides. It's like if you're a parent, right? You kind of want to know both sides unless you have a favorite child you like, and there's a lot of unfortunate parents like that. They're like, well, I like this kid better than the other one, so I don't even care if they're telling the truth. I'm going to punish this other one. That's just not right, but that's really what happens in the world. It really is. Well, I want my kid to complete college, so I'm gonna have to punish the other one instead. The other one's a loser anyway. And like, thanks, asshole. The one that's supposed to go to college is the one that should be punished. The world would change. But he's trying to be a politician, a corrupt one. One cup of Kool-Aid is never enough. Never enough. Somebody told me if I join those parades, I'll become famous. I'm like, yeah, you're right. In this hell. In this hell. Search the area for buyers. Yeah, where are they? I don't see any. Dude's back over there too. Like, we don't know where they are. Yeah, I don't know where they are over there, Sauce. I'm on YouTube talking to other people, so if you hear me ranting and raving about stuff, yeah, this is a live stream right now, so I don't know if you can hear me or anything, but yeah, I don't know. This is where they're supposed to be, like here. I think we have to land or something. To land here. See, there you go. I activated it. Now we have to go to the rest. Well, I activated something. Now it says destroy. Okay, there it is. All right. All right. Lose the cops. Okay, that won't be hard to do. There's a train station right over here. There's a train station over here, right here. I like going down here because, you know, they don't come down here. They come down part way. It's like the game is made for them not to come down here. He said, I'm freezing. I have to get more clothes on. BRB. That means you got hard nipples. I have my heater on, and in this building we have like a radiator, but it's built into the wall. So that thing can get extremely hot. I mean, extremely hot. But sometimes the thing doesn't blow any heat out at all, which is weird. Because it's not connected to other people's things. It's connected, I guess, maybe it's connected to a heat thing that I can't see, I don't know. But there's sometimes I turn that thing on, I don't feel any heat coming out of it. And other times the thing would be so damn hot, I'm like, what the hell is really going on? But maybe it's because clothes being over it, or something that's blocking the heat. I don't really know. I don't have anything blocking it right now, and I can barely feel anything. But usually if I have my clothes sitting over it, I feel a bunch of it. And it could just be because it's blocking the heat in. I don't really know. I'm not dumb, but I'm dumb. Dum-dee-dum-dum-dum. Dee-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. That's me. So what is for lunch today? I mean supper. Because I already ate lunch for breakfast. Breakfast for lunch. Probably eat like a top ramen. Ramen noodle. I live in Chinatown. Do 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 do. Hell. Hello, will you go in hell? Oh, hello, will you go in to hell? Alright. He said, I need a heater for my things like that. Avenge Sevenfold song. Avenge. Ah. You know, there's a very small washer and dryer you can get off of, well, on Temu or Amazon. If you go on there, you said thighs. Or you just respelled thighs again the same way. I was confused. But no, you can go on, I believe it's Temu or Amazon, and you can get these miniature washer and dryer. I mean, the dryer part's not really, you know, like an average dryer, but there's like a heater type thing inside of the thing. It's really cool. I mean, for the price and everything, I've seen one in San Francisco here, and actually the dryer is just, like I said, it's just like a little heater thing that's inside of there that spins your clothes until they dry. But you can't put a lot of clothes in there. It's more or less for like underwear and, you know, like light fabrics, not all the heavy stuff that most people would think, oh, I got this dress I gotta put in there. Like, no. You don't really get that in there. But I had one because in Chinatown here, someone had thrown one away. And the only reason it didn't really work out for me is because there was a lot of water. And I live in a room where electricity is more God than anything else. It's near my floor. I can't really pick all of it up. You know, like, if things were different in my room, maybe stuff would be up in the ceiling. But most of my electricity is on the floor, so... And even if it wasn't, do you really want to have water leaking on your floor everywhere? No. You just warp the floor. So I had it for a little while, but I was like, you know, hand washing is better than having a small little miniature washer that's just going to take over my room. Like it was taking over space. There's a little space, but you know, every little extra thing in my room is extra space taken away. Even if it's in an area I don't ever use in my room. Every little extra thing takes away more space. So with that thing, I was like, you know what? It would be a lot easier. It's not about saving water. There's not a thing about that here. So I was like, it would just be easier if I washed my clothes by hand than, you know, saving up all my dirty underwear for super little small washer. But if you need it, though, you can go right on Amazon. I don't usually, like, promote them, but I'm just helping a friend out. And you just go on there and you look up miniature washer dryer combo. I believe they have a thing like that, and you will see that they have some awesome stuff on there. It's just, you know, it doesn't mean it's gonna last too long because it's made in China, and to be honest, a lot of things in China that we buy don't last that long. I'm not saying we should, you know, if we made American things, yeah, it would probably last long, but then we pay more for it. That's the thing, you know. I mean, you're technically paying more buying Chinese products too, because you buy an item and it lasts you, you know, a fourth of what an American product would last you, and so you're still technically paying the same price. You know what I mean? You technically, because your American product's gonna break somehow too. There's gonna be something on there that's just gonna break, just conveniently. Just the way it is. So you may have a better product, but there's something on it that you need that a Chinese product wouldn't break in that area, but that American product will break in that one spot. And it won't be anything that like really functions the thing. It'll be the look that's screwed up. You know, sometimes people want to have that brand new look. It's just the way it is. And if that one piece breaks, people are like, I don't want this item. Even though it'd be in perfect condition other than that. I don't know, but yeah, but that's one thing you could use. You know, they have the little miniature dryer. You can buy just a mini washer and hang and dry the clothes. Yeah, you can do that too. See, the one thing I don't really like I like Amazon. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't like it, but I do like it. And here's why I don't like it. When it comes to food shopping and all of that, You can store browse for hours and hours and hours and hours and see tons of different stuff on there, but then not be able to afford anything. And the few things that you can afford, you know, like you get the cheaper stuff, it's gonna break right away. It's just going to. So like that little money you had that you're like, man, I don't have enough to get the, you know, the authentic stuff, so now I have to buy the cheaper stuff, and the cheaper stuff just breaks. You'd have been better off just not buying it at all, is what I'm trying to say, but you needed the product, you know what I mean? There's so many people in this world telling me, well, you should be grateful, at least you got the thing. It's just a novelty, though, if it's gonna break right away. It's just a novelty, you know? Especially if you get it and you know, you pay 20 for something that was $200, and then you use it one time and now it's leaking. Like, it was made to leak. That means there goes your money right there. And it's not like you're ever going to make enough to get the authentic thing, but why get the broken thing, you know? It's just really dumb. And I live in a world where everyone's like, you should have gotten the other thing, man. At least you would have had something that's already broken. Makes no sense. It's already broken, or I'm going to have to buy another one before the year even ends. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, you know, and if it's something like that where it, like with water with me, I could care less. I'll just wash my hand. I ain't gonna bitch. I'm like, I don't need the machine. I'll wash my hand. But yeah, they got the little washing machines. The little small ones do work. You can watch on TikTok. They have them on there. They show them on there. But like I said, the first couple of times you use it, of course, it's most likely going to work perfectly fine, so that way you don't complain. But the good thing about Amazon, if it don't work, you can return it for free. You really can. You can return it, and like you have like 30 days, I believe. You know, because it's supposed to last longer than that. So if you know the loophole like I do, I bought, you know, things on there and returned them. And legitimately, within 30 days. So they had to return it to me, and some of the stuff was so broken. But I even told them it was. So it's not like I really lied or anything. But you can. So that's the good thing about buying stuff online. You can even, I don't know if you know this, you never even have to go to Walmart. You can just go to walmart.com. And they have more things on the online version than you'll ever see on your store shelves there. They have way more. Like, you'll be thinking at home, hey, I need a little washer. And you'll get to Walmart and you'll completely forget about it because it's nowhere on the shelves. But then you'll go to walmart.com and you'll see that it's on the shelves, but not in your state. But you can get it delivered to you. But if you get it from walmart.com, you'd have been better off getting it on Amazon because you're going to get the same piece of crap. And because it's from Walmart, it's going to be more expensive than Amazon. Just saying. It's going to be the same crap, though. Amazon and Walmart, same place. But because Walmart has a bigger name than Amazon, Walmart has a store. Amazon just has shelves. And most of our stuff comes from Amazon, but then they're put into stores with a different name. So, it's just the smartest thing to do is look at walmart.com and then go to Amazon. Look up the same thing. You usually find a deal and a discount on the same item. Good thing about Amazon, too, you'll find one item that says $10, and you can keep sourcing and looking. It'll be from the same company, and it'll be $8. It's smart to do that. Not because of our society being poor, it's because you're trying to save money on a store that if they can get $10 out of you when the item's only $8, they will do it, and they legally can. But you can source and look for stuff if you want to, you know, if you want to save time and your money. Well, you're not saving time, but you're saving your money, I mean. You're not saving time. They purposely are making you waste time, but you'll get your money back, though. Or usually they'll have something for $10 because it has something extra. I've seen this on Amazon before. There was something that was $10 and it had one extra thing. I was like, oh, I don't really need that item. And another time it was $10 and it didn't have that item. And then I saw that it was $8 and it had that item. And I was like, wait, it didn't have this little extra thing for $10, but it does for $8. And if you're reading the thing, it's just the company thing. Some companies include it just so you buy it from them. Just so you spend $8 instead of $10. So you just gotta pay attention. Because one item could say $200 and it's totally only $150. Other people are like, oh, I don't really care, man. It legitimately looks like it's $200. Yeah, and I get that, and so do the companies. They get that you think the same thing. So they're like, oh, yeah, they're going to spend this $50 extra that we can now put in our pocket. And we, as the buyers, normally don't care whether you're poor, rich, or any of that, but you really should care. But it's because it's time-consuming. Most people are just like, I don't give a damn. But that's how they get you, is because of the inconvenience. So they'll just tell you $10, and then you're just out of laziness and not caring. It's like, oh, and that $10 item could have been worth 2. They know that. That's why our inflation going on right now is pissing off everyone, because a lot of stores are, you can get it cheap in some places and it's very expensive in others. And you're like, wait, why is it cheap over there though? Because other items are expensive. Inflation's a really strange thing. Doesn't really bother me. I mean, I see it in my food and everything, but it doesn't really bother me. Nothing you can really do about it. I can either say, oh, I don't want to buy that food, or I can buy it. And sometimes I just want to deliver food to my place, but I'm like, I should get off my ass and buy it myself. But when I'm realizing that it's the same it's the same price to go and deliver it, but I want to get outside, that's why I don't have it delivered to me. I could have Taco Bell delivered to me all day. All day. You know? And I haven't gone there in a long time, and it's far away from me. But I at least get out on a bike ride. It takes me less than 30 minutes to get there. You know, I haven't gone there in a long time. What I'm saying is, though, if I stayed at home, I could have it delivered to me, and it would probably cost, you know, a little bit about the same amount. I mean, with a little tip I got to give them, it'd be a little bit more. But I might as well just get on a bike, save that $3-4 extra tip for myself. That's just my opinion. So a lot of times I just go to Taco Bell. I'll walk there. I don't care if it's 40 fucking blocks from where I am to get there. Because when I get there, I order my food, and then I walk back home while eating, so that way it does not bother my stomach. I can't really, like, sit and eat restaurant food. I can sit at home and eat all the food I eat, but I can't really sit and eat restaurant food, because I like to talk, too. So I'd be sitting there talking, and in a restaurant, you usually don't sit there more than 10, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Granted, all you can eat buffet. I could sit there all day talking to make the time go by and keep. I'll get 10 plates of food and leave. But that's how I am. Like, you know, so I'd rather walk. It takes forever to do 40 blocks. It takes forever to go 40 blocks back. But by the time I get there and get my food and go back, I'm walking. So I'm walking. I'm not talking. I'm eating. But if I'm sitting, I'm going to be talking a lot and eating. So I won't be eating that much. I'll be. So that's just how it is. It says you've sent me 43 messages, but I don't believe you sent me 43 messages. Damn, 43 messages you sent me? I can't scroll on the messages over there. At least I don't know how to. I think I have to go on YouTube on my phone and then, you know, somehow get up in there, and then I can scroll through all of that, but that's too much work. That's why I like on TikTok. And you're the only one here. I don't care about typos. I really don't. I'll try and figure out what your typos are, and hopefully it doesn't really affect the sentence at all, and then I'll understand your typo. But on TikTok, why I always wanted people to correct their typos is because if there's 5 people, even if there's just one person in there, and you say something, and you don't fix the typo, the word you say may drastically change the entire sentence. And then now I'm like responding to you on your sentence that had a typo, and I am not really responding correctly, you know, and then later on you'll say, well, I didn't say that to him. Why did he respond that way? But you didn't realize your typo. That changed the entire sentence. You know, and sometimes I'll be on TikTok and someone will write something with a typo, and I won't read it out loud. I'll read it in my head. Like they're trying to give me a message for later on, but everybody else is reading it too. And there's a typo in there. So in my head they say, oh, something something 10, later on something something 10, and I'm like, oh, 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. because of typo, they didn't have that on there. But in my head I assumed, well, it was 10 o'clock when they wrote it, so they meant 10 p.m., but they meant 10 in the morning the next day. And well, I didn't know that. I had no idea. And they'll get mad at me. They're like, you should have known it was 10 a.m. Like, no, typos are bad. Like, I understand you might not notice it either. You might be busy doing something else. But if you're on TikTok talking to someone that's looking at every message and wants to respond to everybody that says something to me, well, I can't when there's, you know, people, like when they fix a typo, they'll see the one little word and change it. Like they'll write later on, there could be 2 people in the room and they change the typo with just one word. That's kind of hard for me to decode what you're talking about. Especially if you didn't notice any other typos, and I did notice you had a typo, and I put your fixed typo word in the place it's supposed to be. Plus, then I gotta scroll the screen too if I'm sitting there. And TikTok, they give a lot of messages on the screen. You know, not people. TikTok does. So if TikTok's writing me things, plus people are, I'm not always going to be able to see a message, especially if there's typos. Now, I'm not saying people have to stare at their phone and get it 100% correct. But what I am saying is, if you want me to respond to you, then yeah, you kind of have to get it 100% correct, or I'm going to respond to you and how the message is, because that's just how I read things. It's just how my brain is. Like, are we playing the dumb game, or are we playing the smartphone made a mistake and I'm supposed to correct that and respond and keep up with what everybody else is saying, like, and I choose not to do that. Especially when you have 100 people in your chat all making typos and they all want you to know how to fix them and talk to everybody in your room at the same time. Like, no. Or like if I have 3 people and it's just 3 people, they should easily be able to fix it if they want us to have a conversation, but they don't. You said, I'm getting one of the portal washer and spin cycle combos. Okay. I wish I was getting some commission for helping you, but I'm not mad at you. I'm saying commission from Amazon, not you. Because when I used to do TikTok on a regular, they have the TikTok store on there, and I managed to talk someone into buying 2 items. Like I showed them the Luigi thing, and they bought Luigi, and I showed them one of them Uncle Cracker things that I guess opens a liquor bottle, and they bought it. Right? And that was only one person out of all the time I was on there I managed to do that. But I did a good job. It was like my second day doing the store on TikTok. Yet TikTok don't care. They didn't help me get more people in there for me to sell to more people. And I'm a Jester, you know? You said I'll tell Amazon who sent me. That's cool. I think you have to put Chong26yo at gmail.com for my Amazon. I'm just saying, so I get some kind of credit for, you know, letting you know I need to get something. But yeah, so plenty of times I let people know, like, if you can't figure out something, I may have that information, but I'm not smart. I just know to say things that other people don't seem to know. But most people didn't know about that small little washer, and it's small. That's why you got to watch the video before you buy it, though. Make sure you get the right washer, and you said you're already getting one, but make sure you know you're getting the right one, because there's videos. If you're on an Amazon thing and they don't want to show you a video, the video doesn't necessarily prove it's the same thing. So make sure when you're watching the video and you see the photos, they look the same. Yup. Because if they say, oh, we're sourcing this from a different machine, that means you're not getting the same item that video is. I guarantee it. The video and the photo must be the same exact to the T. To the T, otherwise they are conning you in some kind of way. I guarantee it. And there's so many people that fall for it, and they're like, well, you know, they're talking about the same thing, and those items look different. It shouldn't. It should look exactly what you're buying. There's a lot of Amazon videos that purposely don't, and people are like, oh, it's the same thing. I guarantee it. And I know I've bought items where the video was different than the photo. Like, if they're showing you something different, maybe it's a different model, then you should be getting that model. Otherwise, they're sending you something that could be broken. Or now you just gave money to Amazon that now you have to return your shit because you're going to, and you're going to be giving them money. Money they get to spend while you're hitting return, but it's going to take you 2 weeks to get your money back. I'm just saying, you know, most people, they just buy things and they do not look, and they say, oh, I bought this through your advice and it didn't work. Like, I didn't make the item. I'm not the one that sold it to you. I just talked you into buying it. But I don't work for them. I don't get anything. That's why I tell people, hopefully you listen to how annoying I am, because I'm not being paid. If I was being paid, I wouldn't tell everybody the quirks of bad shit that's going to happen. I would just sell it to you. It's very easy to do it, too. Like, hey, look at this really, really nice-looking washing machine. And, you know, look at it not thinking anything of the photo because it looks very nice. Then you buy it and you find it, oh, this didn't look anything like the video. Duh. You got fooled. And that's how Amazon, that's how Temu is, that's how Wish.com is. They have every right to do it if you fall for it because you didn't read the description. Yeah, you get to return it, but remember, returns is usually bad on the internet if they don't want to honor it because you didn't pay attention. People work, or they work on people not paying attention. Is willing to do so. I don't have the haul. Put crap in cold to wash. Yeah. So, no, it's kind of, he's willing to do so. Well, it's good that he's willing to do so. It's very smart. Then you don't have to go to the laundromat place and all that crap. I'm just saying. And I don't mind letting people know certain things because we have these smartphones, and I know why people don't want to use them because, you know, it's pretty much we're saying, hey, we have smartphones in place of people. But imagine being in this generation without smartphones and just people and sad people. Like, how would we really figure out anything? People don't really want to do anything today, so we kind of need robots. I'm not really for them, but when you hear the excuses I just made, it's really the only reason I am for them. And I'm pretty sure they know that too. They're capitalizing on people's laziness and depression. That's robots. This guy doesn't... Oh, there he is. To the... Yep. Well, a lot of times if I go on Amazon or Wish.com or Temu.com and I'm looking for stuff and I find an item I like, a lot of times I have to go to so I love my robot phone, I'm going to Marriott. Well, that's good. But a lot of times if I find something on Amazon or Temu or Wish and I you know don't really think it's worth it or whatever, I click on the so if it says the name of the washer or whatever, I copy and paste that and I put it into Google, and then I also write, is this legitimate or whatever, you know, and I look for Google's reviews, not just Amazon's reviews, because, you know, you could be paid on Amazon, you can be paid on Google to put reviews too, but I still look on other places. You know, some people, they just look right on Amazon and be like, yeah, I'm going to buy this item, and then it leaks on you. I mean, I've made the same mistake. I just buy items, and I usually only look on Amazon. But now it's actually worth the time to wait a little bit longer just to see, so I'm not, you know, especially when it comes to something like a washing machine. You don't want to buy it, and then it doesn't work, and then you got to return it, and then you're like, man, it was fun while I had it, but now I don't want to get another one. Because you'll go through the same thing again. If you get a replacement, you'll probably get the same crappy one. But that is a good... That means you'd have to use it every month, which that's the one thing I don't like about it, but they do have monthly memberships, and you get free delivery, it's Prime, you get a lot of free music, blah, blah, blah. You get cheaper delivery, usually the item's cheaper too. If you don't get a membership, then things are usually more expensive. You can just pay for 1 month and never buy anything again, and you'll still get a deal in that washing machine, as opposed to never getting a membership at all. Then your delivery is going to take longer. So I'll take the time to before I buy anything. It's worth it. That's the good thing about having these phones. Most people, they just hit buy and then return it later, and that's why there's so many things in the garbage in Amazon, because so many people are returning stuff for no reason. You know, but you have 30 days to use it, and there's glitches of things what people do. Some people will use their stuff for 20 days and keep it in perfect condition. Like if you keep the box and the wrapping in perfect condition, it doesn't matter about the item. It really doesn't. They really care about the box and the wrapping. So, and then what you do is you just keep it in perfect condition, and then if the washing machine, you know, after 20 days, you're like, I don't really like the way this washing machine looks, I want to buy a different one, you can just return it. You know, and someone might say, well, in morals, you don't want to do all that because you're like, oh, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to return this back to them. But if you're, you know, if you just wanted a different one, don't feel bad. Amazon don't care. They really do not care. They really don't. They have the thing on there saying that if for any reason you don't love or like it, you can return it. That's what the membership is for. I read the fine line. That's why I returned my items as much as I did. People are like, oh, you're stealing. I'm like, I wasn't stealing. It says it right in the fine print that if your item doesn't work, there's a problem with it, you want something that looks better, there's a better price, all of those things. Now, yeah, it takes time because you have to return it, and then for them to, you know, ship you another one that takes, you know, 2 weeks to 3 weeks, but so what? So the fuck what? You know what I mean? Especially if things aren't working or you ain't got a washer that you like or any of those things, any of those fucking things, you can return it anytime. It says that. That's why I like the delivery better than going to the store, but I don't really like delivery. I don't really like online anything because you have more options of more junk you can buy, but you have more protection online too, though, as opposed to just walking into a store. They can say, I don't want to serve these people, whereas online, you know, you're not really in the store, so they don't know your shitty attitude. Because I don't really like going to the store. Oh, somebody texted me. Who is this? I didn't even realize I had a text message. Let's see what it says. Who's it coming from? He said hang up. Oh, what do you know? It's 4:17. That's when I woke up first this morning. It was like 4:17. Alright, we're gonna do this mission, hopefully. Wow, my phone's being extremely slow. I feel like I should just delete a lot of stuff out of here. It is extremely slow. This is a hang up. I'm still on your live. Hang up. I'm not. I didn't call you. What are you talking about? You said hang up. I'm still on your live. What are you talking about? He said I'm typing too. I'm confused. But that was 10 minutes ago, so I don't know. I'm so stoned. I don't know shit. Okay, here we go, folks. But yeah, so you just be careful when you're on Amazon. That's all I'm telling you. Amazon, Temu, or Wish. But, you know, it's usually smarter, in my honest opinion, that you get it on Amazon. Because Amazon, you can return things guaranteed. Whereas Wish.com and Temu, if you return an item, you may not get your money back. Or if you do, it may take 30 days. As opposed to Amazon, it's usually 2 weeks if you have a membership. Most people are like, I don't want to pay the $6 membership or the $7 membership. And then you don't get any extra deals. But I don't want to pay the $7 extra. But if you don't, they're still going to get that $7 extra from you. Taxes, they're going to raise the price on stuff. Your delivery fees are going to be extra. So that $7 you're paying is pretty much the $7 they're still going to get out of you anyway. You're actually going to be paying more than the $7. You're probably going to be paying more if you look at it. So when they're like, I don't want to get this membership, I'm only going to buy something once. Well, they also have a 3-day 99-cent membership that they offer to me all the time. Probably because I've been a member through them for a while. I can't offer that deal to anybody else. I don't know how to do any of that, but they may give you a 3-day deal for 99 cents, and I take that because I don't use them for a month anymore. And you may not use them for a month either, but they may not offer it to you. Because if you're a first-time member, they're going to want that $7. Especially if they're delivering it to you. You know, delivery fees is one thing they will cancel for $7. Whereas usually delivery fees can cost, depending on where you live, they can be $40, $50. You know, $7 for a monthly fee that you'll never use again. For a $40 delivery fee that's waived for $7, I'd pay for the membership. So I love my robot phone, I'm going to marry it. I said that before, right? I didn't repeat that again. All my messages are repeating. It says you sent me 71 messages now. That's weird. I know you didn't send me 71 messages. It says, I got a text at 6:05 that said, "Why did you hang up?" I didn't send you any... I didn't send anything that said that. I didn't send... Are you sure you're looking at the right number? Because I didn't send you anything at 6:05 on my phone. I didn't send you any message at 6:05. I swear I didn't. You must have to look at the number on your phone or something, because I just sent you a message right now that said I didn't send you any message at 6:05. I didn't send anything. There's no message on my phone at all. So if you got a ghost message from me, take a screenshot where the phone number is. Take a screenshot so I can see exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, let me see a screenshot with the number, not my name. Everybody always seems to take screenshots with my name. Take a screenshot with the time. Make sure it has the time and the number. I don't care about what name. If you can't take the name off, don't label the number under a name, or at least don't for this time being. I just want to see it, because I don't know how I sent you a message at 3:05 or 6:05 when I didn't. I've been talking to you here, and there's nothing on my phone either, and I can't delete messages. I'll even show you. It's not on my phone. So that is, it's not weird to me, though, because AI can automatically send messages, but I hope it really came from me, because I know I didn't send you anything. I've been talking to you on this thing here, so the last message I sent you was a thumbs up, and that was at 2:40 my time, which would be at 5:40 your time. And then at 4:07, which is 6:07 your time, which would be 6:05, whatever, you said, hang up, I'm still in your live. I don't know why that was even said. So when you said it's under my name, send me a screenshot, because that's strange. I just want to see it. I've had people before tell me that I've sent them messages that I know for a fact I didn't, and when they sent me a screenshot, wasn't under my number. So I said, take the name off. It wasn't under my number. Hopefully your number isn't like, maybe you have two names under there, both my names, two different numbers on accident. People have done that before too. Has nothing to do with being stupid or smart. Accidents happen where somehow you put two numbers in the phone, two names in the phone, and it was two different numbers, and you just didn't know. Accidents happen. You know, I don't make accidents, I'm perfect. Well, I'm like, then your accidents must be part of your perfection. It must be, 'cause I'm catching you slipping. Uh-oh, my controller's dying. Like I said, I believe you. I just know that from my phone and my proof, I didn't send any message to you at that time. Just saying. Oh man, why isn't this not working? My controller died, I'm sorry folks. And with the good thing about that washer and dryer, or the washer thing, is that you can just plug in, you know, a little water hose to it and plug it into your sink. So you pretty much do it right by your sink. But it's really easy to do. Put about 5 to 10 pieces of small little clothing in there. So you could probably put a dress in there all by itself. You put 5 pieces, you know, small little clothing in there. Bra, underwear, panties, you know, t-shirt. And then, turn that thing on. And then the water you get from the sink is the water that it uses to clean all your stuff. So if you have like really good water, You're like, oh, I don't have water in my house. I don't have a sink. Well then you're gonna go through some stuff. And when you do have water, then that mini little washer, most people don't know about it, and they have to go to the laundromat, and I know about it, it's just, it's not really, and it's collapsible too. They have collapsible ones. Mine wasn't collapsible, it was a big one, like about half my size, but I was like, it wasn't really worth it. But the collapsible one is pretty cool. It's just, you know, it's a water thing, so easier for me to wash than shit in my sink. Anymore. Anyway, ammo. Uh-oh. Get out of here. I find it weird too. My friend, like some of my friends get messages from me sometimes that I don't send. I know I don't. At least not from my phone. So. And for you to even get any message from me, I don't know how. I know I didn't send anything, so there must be something, because you still haven't sent me anything yet. I know I did not say anything at 6:05, and if you send me a thing showing me that it did say I said something, that is weird. Very, very weird, because I didn't send you anything. I've been playing this video game, so it's not really that easy to text and play the video game. I have to put the controller down to pick up the phone. I mean, I can hold the controller with one hand, but it's kind of pointless because I can't really play the game. I can push one button or move a little bit of the control with one hand. Yep, it's under your name, sir. No. No! Ah! I bet you don't know where the helicopter is. The invisible one. No biggie, just odd. Yeah, well, the world is odd. It really is. And however you got a message from me, it's odd too, because I know I didn't send you one. Not the one you said I sent. Weird. I remember the same time you're having a human experience, so am I. I don't understand this world as much as you don't. Nothing really seems to make any sense. That's why people say ignorance is bliss, but it's really not. Good job. Because the more I try to figure it out, the more confused it seems. It seems life to me seems to be the same way. The more you find out, the more confusing it is. But the less you figure it out, the more confusing it is too, you know. It's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't, and this whole world's full of that. It's full of the damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you can live life not knowing anything and be just fine, supposedly, but are you really just fine? You know? And if you go and figure out what's really going on, do you really want to know, even if you're the thing that needed to be messed with for them to live their life the way they're living it? Blah, blah, blah. So sometimes to know things is a good thing, but that can still go in the damned if you do, damned if you don't. Sometimes it's better not to know shit, but sometimes. Like when I didn't do TikTok, I didn't even know about TikTok, and when I started it, people were like, what made you do TikTok? I'm like, I honestly couldn't tell you. I didn't know. Nobody told me to start on there. I knew about Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram, you know, and I've tried the live thing on there, not for like the TikTok reasons, but just one day my brain just somehow knew to download TikTok. I wish I could explain it better than that, but I can't. Don't know. I must have seen an ad or something that made me click on it and go to it. I mean, that's all I really know. I know nobody told me to do it. And then I downloaded it, and I already had used Friend Shoulder, where people were telling me I should start a platform somewhere, but they didn't say where. And I was like, what do you mean, like YouTube or something? I don't really do any of that stuff. And when I saw how easy TikTok was, you could just put on a costume. It's nothing like YouTube, because I've used YouTube to record myself before. Like I was playing the accordion. There's some videos of me somewhere online playing the accordion. I've recorded that. But that was back in the day when I was still like really bad at it. And there's other people that have randomly recorded me too without my permission. But I didn't really know what I was doing, and you don't get the same kind of views like TikTok, you know? But now TikTok's more like YouTube, where you don't really get views at all unless they decide to give it to you. Never used to be that way either. That's why I don't really do anything on here or there. And people are like, but you're streaming right now. Yeah, but I have to tell everybody I'm here for it to happen. It never used to be that way with TikTok or here. Word of mouth, you know. Otherwise, it's not like they tell everybody. You either got to pay them. It never used to be that way. They would just automatically tell everybody. Random amounts of thousands of people. But now they're just like, if you ain't paying us, or we potentially think you're not going to make anything, or you're going to talk about conspiracies or any of that, you're not going to just do as we tell you to do. That's the being controlled part, because I won't do any of that. You know, I don't necessarily talk about conspiracies, but I might accidentally. Someone else might want to talk about it, and I would get into that topic with them, but TikTok wants you to just block them. Like, don't even talk about it. Even if you agree with them, and yeah, you're supposed to just remove those people. See, it made you repeat again. It says, I love my robot phone, I'm going to marry it. So I wonder what's going on with YouTube that's making you repeat the same messages. Now it says there's 102 messages from you, and I know you didn't send that many messages. Wow. 102, YouTube. What are you doing? Just having a human experience probably only sent me like, what, 40 messages? You can scroll and see all your messages, whereas I can't scroll at all in this game. Even if I could, it would be really hard to do playing the game, but I can't scroll on the thing over there. I don't think you can see the same layout that I can see, but I don't know. I don't know what you can see. Everybody's phone has a different display, so you could say, hey, it has you flying on your helicopter, and on the right side it has the words and everything. Okay, that's what mine would show me. Then I'm flying in a helicopter, and on the other side it shows a green face with a smiling alien type dude with a bunch of words on the side, comments. On my phone, it shows the same thing, and on my TV screen. But some phones, they show totally different things. If you have an outdated YouTube, it'll be different. Maybe. I don't really know. I can't see what the other people see, so I can't say, oh, yours looks like mine, and it really doesn't. Because I've said that to people before on TikTok. Like, your TikTok looks like mine. Things should be in these places. And then people took screenshots and showed me where their stuff really was, and I was like, oh. So approximately 30 messages I've sent you on here. Well, it says 103. It's only because it keeps on repeating on my stuff for some reason. But I can still see when you say a regular message, like you said, approximately 30 messages. But I know if I wait a couple of minutes now, it's going to double it again. And then I won't see this message, because it'll probably repeat this one if it's the last thing you say. But I don't know why it's doubling the messages on my screen right now. The Matrix is messing with me. But I can still see what you say, like I read it right away. It's the same thing like on TikTok. Some people wait to read their messages, and if you get too many, you cannot reread messages from the top. And some people have thousands of people in their chat. Even 200 people is thousands. Even 200 people, because you're going to get a lot of messages. So they got thousands of people in there sending them thousands of messages, and the spam bots that are in there. So a lot of times you'll be saying something and they won't even read it. They'll be busy. So they won't read it in time, and now your message is gone. That's why a lot of times I don't go to people's chats that have, if they have more than 10 people, I usually don't go. Like, I mean, by accident I might go, or I might go in there and say hi, and if they respond, maybe I'll stay. But me being the king of TikTok, most people respond to me. They say, hello, king. And then I totally know, hey, I can bother these people until they kick me out. That's usually what happens. They kick me out. I quit talking about conspiracies and shit. Block. Why'd you kick me out of the car, motherfucker? Out of there. Get up. Oh, okay. Let me see. I just got your picture now. Wait, it only says it once on yours. Wow. And I didn't send... There's no question marks on my screen at all with the rabbits. There's none of that on here. That's weird. And it says, why did you hang up? I don't see why did you hang up. What was this yesterday? If this wasn't today, but you said this today. That's weird. It says, but yours says it twice on my screen and only once on here. You said, hang up. I'm still in your live. Hang up. I'm still in your live. Here, I don't know how I can screen here. I'm gonna screenshot it. It's weird. Yours only goes there and it's a 605. This is where I'm at. Now remember, yours says 605, but I'll show you the same exact thing. This is really strange how you got messages from me that I didn't send to you. That is weird. Where's my screenshot? That is weird. Here, this is what I got on my screen of the same exact thing, same conversation. That's bothering me now. I wonder what other people are getting messages from me that aren't really getting from me. It just repeated all your messages again on my YouTube. This is 132 messages now. This is ridiculous. Something weird's going on. I don't know what, but this has happened before too, but it's probably because I just had to reset everything. I don't know. I get lazy, so. But this is same exact thing. 240 is or 407. See, that's weird. Yours says 605. Mine says. That is weird. So I'm typing too. See, I got the exact same thing. But I don't have the rabbits. I don't have the question marks. I don't have the sad thing. I don't have the why did you hang up. What I have is exactly as what yours says after all of that. Hang up, I'm still on your live. So, there must be something that came delayed or something from a long time ago. That's not making any sense. The why did you hang up seems like that was something I said yesterday, not today. That is weird, man. You're getting yesterday's messages today. Oh man, the Twilight Zone, man. There's something totally wrong with it. Oh yeah, I'll launch this on my own. This is an easy stupid match. If somebody leaves and I gotta take their car in under the little time, it's stupid. So I'm just gonna do a one-on-one here. All I'm doing is picking up a car and leaving. It doesn't pay to bring anybody else in this mission anyway. Stupid. I don't really like this mission. So yeah, okay, I see what you sent me, and it's just strange, and it's strange how long it took for it even to get to me. Weird. Technology is just strange. One minute you think you understand the technology, and then the next minute it's back to being weird again. But that's just a text message, though. That's why I'm not really worried. When you search on Google, it's different stuff. And sometimes you gotta search on Google 2 times of the same thing. Sometimes you get different information the second time. People don't believe in any of that crap, but if you think all the information you get on the internet right away is real, then you're a fool. You watch me on TikTok, I'm the fool. So if y'all want to be a fool too, don't be like me, because it'll just be worse for you if you don't understand what kind of fool I'm talking about. I'm the fool that makes people laugh, but I live in a world where the other people are getting fooled by these corporations, and they're stealing everybody's money and getting away with it. Only because most of us don't know how or don't want to sue, knowing that how long it takes, and most likely you're going to lose more money than what you're going to make. But they know that. Corruption 101, that's what they go to school for. He said, that's weird. I was like, what is he talking about? Yeah, I don't really know. Why is there 2 cars and I'm the only one playing the game? Oh, they cheated me. There's only supposed to be 1 car in here. They put 2 in there. Man. Because if you have 4 people on here, they all get 1 car. They put 2 cars in there. Son of a bitch. I thought I was thwarting the game. And if you have 2 people in there, they only have 2 cars. Man, I've never seen it this way. I guess I've never played this game by myself. This mission, because I played the game by myself plenty of times. That's really bothering me. I have to go back there now. I never knew you had to do that, man. Now I know from now on to have at least one other person. I don't have 4, because usually out of 4, one person leaves, and then we have 4 cars sitting there. It seems like that's intentional, though. Now that I'm seeing that they have 2 cars sitting there, and I've never seen that before. That's weird. And they got 1 person in my session. That is weird. Oh well, at least I know I can do the things I'm doing right now. I can park this car over there, grab another car. Alright, where's my car? Don't do this to me. Where's my car? Manage vehicles. Request a vehicle. Get me out of this mode. Okay, I don't like driving in that mode. I feel like, is it because it's hard? No, it's annoying. I like to be able to see my car and the people I'm about to accidentally run over. This way is easy to play. So you drive pretty good. I've been playing this game for a long time, but if I'm like playing against regular players, I'm not that good of a driver. The police on here, they're pretty much AI, or they're not AI. AI wouldn't be able to beat, but they're just generated NPCs, which is a non-playable character. So they don't really play like human beings, and sometimes the police can be very difficult, but the military on here is harder than the police. Yeah, I play this a lot. You can see my level. I'm at 490, almost 498. I've been playing this game probably 4 years. Could be 3. I didn't really like write it down, but I believe maybe 4 years. It used to be cheaper for a yearly membership, but now it's it used to be $60 for a year, and if you do it per month, it was I believe it was like $20 a month or $10 a month or something. So if you do the math, there's 12 months in a year. You'd be paying $120 for a year, and most people that would play this video game, they would pay the back when Trump was the beginning president, when stimulus was coming out, people were trying to save money still, and I understand why they did, but they were spending $10 a month thinking that they were saving money because they didn't want to spend the $60 a year, because they thought they weren't going to play the video game for a year. You know what I mean? But I paid the $60 thinking in my head, why would I pay $120 for a year? Even if I don't play the video game, why would you pay $120? Now, other people said, well, you wouldn't, though. You only pay $10 a month. Yeah, but what if you decide you like the game? You know, you're still going to pay $70 now for the year, because you had to pay the first month to try it out. And I was like, I didn't need to try it out. I realized the math. It's $120 for a year, even if you're going to do $10 a month. And let's say you only do 3 months. Okay, then you paid $30. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-fucking-do. But if you didn't pay for a particular month, you got to pay. So I figured a year, even if I didn't play it every day, it's still $60 for a membership. I'm not buying the money. I'm playing for the money and all of that stuff. You know, I don't like putting money down in video games, but I'm paying for the membership. This membership. So it's not like I'm just paying for this game, but it's the only game I play. It's the only game I play. So the $60 is still a deal, even though it's on this for a year. There's thousands of other games that you can get for free, and they come with also memberships. So why pay $10 for a month that usually you don't get no deals, no other memberships on other video games or anything, because you paid the $10 a month? So I just heard, you know, in my head, I said logically, it makes sense to spend the $60, even if I only play the game once a month. So other people are like, you should spend $10, man, and save your money. I'm like, there is no savings. I would technically be paying more. Even if I played it for 6 months in the year, that's still $60 when I could have played for a year, even if I don't play it that much. But now it's $80 a year, and it's $20 a month. So just think about that. You know, it was 10, which is 120, but now it's 240, and the math does not add up, because 80 and 80 is 160. But now if you do it the monthly way, it's $20. And if you paid it every month, not thinking that you're not going to play every day, that's $240 you're spending instead of $180 like it should be for doubling the prices. It's more expensive. So yeah, I paid $80 for another year, and I didn't want to, but this is the only year that it's $80. It's probably going to be another $80 next year, and I honestly don't. I like this game, but the only way to play the online is by paying money. You can play the offline for free after buying the game without a membership, but you're not playing against other human beings. It's just yourself, and the game's a little bit different when you play the offline way. Plus, you're not playing with other people. You're just playing with robot people. It's really not the same. So, the $80 though for next year, unless I'm getting some kind of like hand down from the government, I don't think I'm going to pay that $80. I don't want to. I'll be saddened though, because I really want to play this video game the online way. The offline way doesn't really cool, but I don't think $80 is going to be worth it anymore. That's my marijuana money. But marijuana in this video game has saved the time of my life of doing absolutely nothing. Even working. If I had a job at the end of the day, I'd still be walking home to a box of nothing in this building. There's a lot of people that go to work that do have jobs in this place that come home to a small little box of nothing. And I'm talking about smaller than what I live in. And they're like, why did I go to work today just to pay for a place to be in this small little box? I'm like, I know you can't probably like get, you know, everyone wants to be on government assistance, but even being on that, you're like, man, I'm on that just to come home to a box to do nothing. Yeah, I know. So, but for those that work, yeah, I feel sorry for them, especially if they're coming home to nothing. I really do for them, but nothing I can do about that. I mean, I don't work, you know. I don't feel sorry for myself. Not because I don't work. I'm just saying, I don't feel sorry for myself. I don't have a life or any of that stuff. I'm grateful I have my life that I do have. Everyone else makes it seem like, oh, you don't have a job, you know, a life or anything. You should just end it. And I'm like, nah. I don't live my life in that kind of way. I live it like, you know, it's an experience to be here, even if it's a shitty experience. I could be a billionaire, but then they could take all that money from me too, if you think about it. So in the long run, I'm just happy I exist, even if it has to be during the Great Depression. It could be worse. It could be worse. We could not have Amazon and not have clothes, and I could still be struggling like a third world rags and everything else. When people say we're living in a third world country, I'm like, yeah, America maybe is getting close to being that, but it's not really. It's just people are showing more light on the negatives than they are the positives nowadays. Back in the day, you would see more positives than negatives, but now you don't. So that's why it looks like we're in a third world country, and we're really not. We just have a bunch of greedy people, and those same greedy people are recording all the negativity that's going on, and they're making it seem like it's a negative thing, when in reality, they never used to show all the negative stuff going on in the world. But the greedy people are so mad today that they want to make the poor people look like the bad people. When it's common knowledge, because the poor people know the rich people are doing it. They're like, oh, so you think you're better than us. I mean, you know where you're going when you pass away, rich people, right? You know where you're going. And if I was rich, I already know deep down inside, you know, the money isn't for me, so I'd have what little fun I can, but it wouldn't be going to, like, charity places. I'd actually go to schools and those places and look around first and be like, hey, I need to know where I'm donating my money, so it's not going into some corrupt corporation, which odds are, no matter what corporation you put it in, it's going to be corrupt. It's just the way the system is in this world we live in. Somebody could get a job there and be like, hey, I'm going to screw up the money and screw the books up and change things that don't need to be changed. You've seen the movies on Netflix and stuff, you know. It's all on purpose. It's like, you do things in the right way, and there's always going to be somebody to ruin it for everybody else. Like, man, I give people billions of dollars, and then somehow this one other person here took over the business, and now they just kept all the money. And now they're billionaires because they own the business. That's been going on through history. It's like any good thing you do, if it's publicly found out about, then the bad people take over, aka your government. So if you hid something underground and said, hey, I want to do this for my future kids, good luck to you. That ain't happening. Especially if it can be found out by mainstream. You do like a treasure find, you're like, I want to make it public, but no way anyone else is going to figure it out. When you live in a world where you give it to your brother or sister, they probably think just like anybody else in this world. And we got hackers that can think higher than your brother and sister, so hide something underground. Like, here's a puzzle, da-da-da, and that person's like, I know exactly where that is. Now your treasure's gone, and your brother and sister, they can't be the king and the queen, because your treasure's in somebody else's hand now. Like, I have a treasure book. I really do. And there's, out of the 12 treasures that are hidden, there's still 9, and nobody can find the other 9. I believe I knew where it was. I mean, I dug in an area where I thought it was, and in places where other really good, smart people believe it is, because they found supposedly other things before, and I looked in their spots, and I don't know, there could have been things in their spots too, and maybe I just didn't dig in the right place. Maybe, but I know I've looked around for treasure underground, and I've found stuff sometimes, but I just leave it there. But this treasure find we can legally take out of the ground, and I haven't found it. I think I have, but they say that we can't say you found it unless you unearth it. That used to be, you could say you found it. There was videos online. People were like, oh, I found it. And then we'd watch the videos and find out that's just their solve to where they think it is, but they're not going to search the area, which therefore means you didn't find it. Anybody can say, hey, I found a treasure under the ground. Anybody can. Hey, I found a treasure under the ground. But if you're not giving the coordinates to where it is, especially if you're telling the public you found it or you want someone to find it, but on the treasure find I'm on, a lot of people will say they found it, and they'll put a solve on there, but they'll say, well, I live way over in Florida, and it's in California, and I can't afford to go to California, therefore no one believes it. No one. They're like, did you have someone probe the ground? Did you have somebody look in the area? Anything? And then someone like me that's like, hey, I will go and search your area, and then all the information they give me makes no sense, and then they'll say something like I'm stupid, or I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, I know you guys don't want someone else to really know where your spot is, but when you're talking publicly, I even ask if it's okay to ask other people. So when they say, sure, yeah, I don't care, well, then I got other people that have brains that, in my opinion, probably aren't smarter than me, but I'll just say they are, and they are like, yeah, man, I know those areas you're talking about, and you shouldn't look over there. There might have been a cemetery that was there, or it's a dangerous cliff, and you shouldn't go there, and I'll even go and look at most of those areas, like not search for something, but I'll look and see if there's a dangerous cliff, so I'm not being lied to, or if there's a cemetery that might have been there. And if I don't see those things, then the second person I asked for help, I ignore them. Like, okay, it's like Jeopardy. I'm like, oh, that person wasn't help. I'm going to go and get a probe and look anyway. But I don't really trust looking anyway. I mean, you think about you go and search in an area for a treasure, and how many people, like the Truman Show, are looking directly at you. And they could be there like, this is the wrong person finding this treasure here. Like, it could be a setup. Could be. I don't, but then you got to be all paranoid, and I normally go to the spots and smoke weed and be like, I wonder what people are here and who's looking at me right now. I always wonder that. Like, if someone put a secret little hidden camera here looking at me, or anything, or even a very visible camera, that usually doesn't stop me from doing what I'm going to do, though. When you're looking for a treasure and you got a bunch of randos telling you can't look, that means they're probably cordoning off the grassy area and probably didn't have a permit, but but they'll act like they put in something to get a permit to be able to look, even though they're most likely going to get declined that permit, but they'll get mad at you for looking, even though you can go through without a permit, but they're jealous, because there's a lot of spots in this city I can search that other people cannot search, and people online are like, well, you live there. Yeah, I live here. So why would you be mad if I find it when I already told everybody I would split it half and half, or as long as I get some notoriety out of it too, or some money or something. I'm like, I'll just take the money. But they're like, no, we don't want you to have any of that. If you find it, blah blah blah, you should give it to somebody else. And I'm like, oh, there's all this bullshit. I'm like, that's why I don't even really look for it no more. It's probably there where I think it is, but I've searched in those general areas. It's just I didn't dig in the right place. Because it's a particular area you gotta dig in to find the cask. And I know I looked in a huge area and I didn't find it, but it does not mean it's not there. It's just I had so many people looking at me, I was like, I don't know if I really want to be searching here anymore. Nobody stopped me, but they were just staring at me, and I was like, well, I know I'm not in trouble. But they're just staring at me, maybe because they want to see if I find something, but that's the scary part. I could have found something, and they could have been like, that's ours, but I couldn't have told them to leave either, because I would have started controversy. That's one thing you don't want to do when you're looking for treasure, is start controversy. You just kind of want to look for it anyway, and if someone's looking at you and smiling, and they're not really saying anything, then you don't give them any words. But if they do ask you, you just say you're planting a tree. And if they don't say anything after that, you leave it at that. You leave it at that. But if they continue, oh, what kind of tree are you about to build? Or just have a conversation with them. You don't tell them you're looking for a treasure, because then they're like, oh, I hid something there, you know. Stupid stuff. I can do this mission on my own, too. But most people, they look at me like, yeah, this guy's not looking for anything. He's too small, and he's by himself. He doesn't have camera equipment. He's only got a shovel. All the things, they think that's not enough, but all the things have been enough for me. Yeah, but all the things that every time I've ever gone treasure hunting, I've always had the right tools. I only need a probe and a shovel. That's all you need. You bring all those extra stuff, you bring more attention on yourself that you don't want. And most people don't mind their own fucking business. Even street people don't. So when they see you digging in the ground, they also think that there's something underground with you. That's not a good thing, because, you know, but you can't make people leave either. Because once you're digging in the ground, they're going to be like, so when you tell them, hey, you're planting a tree, they still might want to watch you, and you can't necessarily tell them to leave. So your smartest thing is, keep digging like you're planting a tree, and if you find something, get the fuck out of there. But if someone's watching you, you got a witness. Kind of hard to dig in a park and not have a witness. It's just kind of hard to do. I've tried doing it. I mean, plenty of times I've gone in parks and I've gotten away with it, but it doesn't mean there wasn't a camera that saw me, or another street person that was just across the street that saw me that just didn't say anything. They could have been part of the police in some kind of way, an ex-police officer, you never know. But I didn't think about any of that as I was digging. The only thing I thought of as I was digging the hole is that I was digging my own coffin. That's kind of why I don't like looking for treasure, because I'm like, dude, I'm just digging my own grave. If I don't find the treasure, I just dug a bunch of holes for no reason. And then I had a bunch of people playing the Alice in Wonderland game with me, saying, hey man, go in the park, I know certain areas I hid something when I search there, and you'll find some money there. And I went in several places that people told me only to find glass, broken glass. And I was like, maybe it's under the broken glass. And I dug down deeper just to find more glass. And I was like, wow, if they really did put money in there, you know, and that's not the real treasure find. But but it's just places people told me through the treasure find that if I wanted to find a couple of bucks, that I could find it. But they didn't say there was glass or dangerous stuff. I'm like, why couldn't they have told me that? Now, maybe that's the experience of looking for treasure. You know, there's going to be rocks and glass, but those are nasty people. Those really are nasty people. When you're doing treasure finds, you know, especially if you want someone to find it or someone just happens to find it, if you're a good person, you don't want to put a trap on there, especially if you want your treasure found. I mean, you're going to hide a treasure but put a trap behind it? Then how is someone going to find it? You should have just put a trap there. Why even put a treasure behind it? Unless, like, in hell, you get paid for killing that motherfucker. Like, I got paid to kill you. I came to Earth, put a trap there with money. You took the money, now you're dead, now I got your soul. Like, if that's the way it goes, okay, then in mythology, then I'll believe it that way. But that's a fucked up way to waste money. And they say that's what people did with gold and stuff. They put it in somewhere and then put a booby trap. But why even do that? I mean, I know it's to stop the bad people or the good people, because that's what it is. A good person's going to be like, well, how am I going to get through here now? The bad people have all the technology I need to get through this cave to find the hidden treasure. You know, and if you wanted a good person to find it, they're not going to. Especially in this realm when it takes a good person that needs the treasure, the money, in order to do anything. But maybe back in the times, the good people owned the money, so they didn't think, oh, a bad person's going to be running the world now. That's what it seems like. Like they hid money underground, but they did not think that someone else in a bad way could be owning all of that and be the leader now. Someone worse than the worst person. Like, let's just let a worse person than the worst one that's been out there be the leader now. Put money in a place where only bad people can find it. But I mean bad as in worse than the bad ones. Like, you know, like let's say your homies are the bad people. And the ones that find the money aren't good people. They're also bad and they're not going to conform to you. Like now your own relatives or friends put money underground for you only to have worse bad people that aren't good and they're worse than bad. It's like their kryptonite, you know? The good people aren't on your team. You're a bad person. Now you got absolutely nothing. Like that dynasty would just be gone. But guess what? That's what weird people do. They put a treasure underground and a booby trap. And it's like, what if the first people that found it were the bad people? The ones that needed to find it. You know what I mean? Your homies and stuff. But the trap is there and they didn't know about that. Well, I didn't know my homie had put a trap against my own friends. Like, that's dumb. But supposedly they do, because it's to ward off the wrong people. But the wrong people could be your friends, man. And your friends aren't the wrong people. So, you know, if I were to hide anything underground, I wouldn't put a booby trap there. I wouldn't. There might be one made. Like, if you hide something underground, a water trap might exist. Depending on how long your trap or your thing was hidden underground. You know, then yeah, you could be near a water creek somewhere and you didn't know about that. Then yeah, hiding something like that, then there's going to be a trap. But I know if I hid something, I wouldn't intentionally put a trap. Because then how, I mean, I don't care if a bad person or a good person finds it. I don't care. Well, why put something that's going to harm a good person on accident? You know, oh well, I mean, then they were meant to get hurt. No, I don't see it that way. They weren't meant to. But that's how they say it. Many people in the dynasty, they hid things underground, and I'm pretty sure we're being lied through history on purpose. You know, they say, oh, if you go underground here, you're going to get asbestos and die. And turns out you go down there and find out that's not true at all. These people just didn't want you to find the hidden treasure that's down there because you thought you were going to die. Legends. That's why I normally don't listen to other people. Like, don't go in that cave, you might die. I'm like, yeah, there's that word, might. If you say don't go in that cave, I will die. Still won't listen. Just let me go in my own experience. We were trying to save you, but if you didn't tell me I was going to die, maybe my brain wouldn't have told itself that I was going to die. Because how would it know if it didn't know? I mean, you're still going to die. Death is inevitable. But how did it know that it wasn't supposed to breathe that air? If you tell me I'm going to die because of dirty air, that might be the only reason my brain goes in there like, oh, he said I'm going to die, and you smell that dirty air and you die. Only because you knew it was dirty air. But if nobody told you that dirty air was going to kill you, maybe it wouldn't kill you. Maybe, psychologically, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would kill you, you know. But you don't know that. Well, I was the only one to do that mission, and they didn't even pay me shit. So, well, the only lady that's here, I was going to say ladies and germs, but there's two people in here. I don't know who the other person is. There's a second person in here somehow. I don't know how I have a third person in my room, but they're not saying anything. So we're gonna go to my YouTube right now and find out who this second person is that's in there. And then it should say 3 people, but somebody's watching my YouTube that I have no idea that's there. And it's not telling me who's there either. Alright, let's find out who. Roach. R-O-A-C-H, killer. I'm not playing Grand Theft Auto anymore. I'm about to turn it off. But I'm going to find out who this other person is that's on there. Who is this other person that's on here? It won't even tell me. That's weird. Hello? Well, that's weird. I don't know. There's a third person in here, but they won't say their name. Well, that's weird. I don't know. There's a third person in here, but... And there is a delay, too. It still has not said hello, and I wrote it like a few minutes ago. Well, I'm about to get off of here.